And this is Split Second, episode number 9, VTR 831 2022, air date 9/2 2022. And we go.
Is Mount Everest really the highest mountain in the world? You'll find out as one of these three contestants tries to win the chance to drive home in this brand new 2022 Audi R8 Coupe in just a split second. And now, here's the star of our show, Justin Hall.
Hello there. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are an awesome crowd. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, stop. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jason, and everybody watching at home. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. That's it. Depending on where you're watching this at. We have a wonderful audience, wonderful contestants, and a show that tests your knowledge and your skills against our contestants just to see how you do. Now, the question at the top of the show was a bit of a trick question. Is Mount Everest the highest mountain in the world? Well, that was a trick question until recently. See, Mount Mauna Kea is taller because some of it is submerged underwater. But recently, there's been some dispute that K2 is actually taller than Mount Everest in the Himalayas, so just forget the whole question. But no, Mount Everest is no longer the highest mountain in the world, no matter how you measure it. So, Jason Hoyt, if you will please introduce our three new players.
Our three new players for this episode are a college student from Palm Bay, Florida. Please welcome Chris Rahman. An aspiring game show host from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Please welcome Mark Leota. And a retail worker from Texarkana, Arkansas. Please welcome Chris Chambers.
Hello.
Hello there, everybody. It's really good to have all three of you here. And I'm going to explain real quickly how we do things around here. Each of our questions have three answers. I'll show them to you on our split second board, and I want one answer from each of you. If all three of you answer the question correctly, you'll get $10. If two of you come up with an answer, that's $25. And in this first round, if one person alone answers correctly, that person gets a big $50. You buzz, but only after you see the entire question. Buzz in too early, and you'll be faced with a lockout, and you'll be forced to go dead last. So, with all that being said, your buzz ins are as follows. Chris Rahman, you are shift 1. Mark, you are shift 2. And Chris Chambers, you are shift 3.
Okay.
And players, here we're going to go now. Get your hands poised on your buzzers, and if you're ready, here we go. Each of these places that has a color in its name are located in a country. Pick one and name me the country. Take a look at the screen. Black Forest, Blue Ridge Mountains, White Horse. Use your buzz ins, guys. All right, Chris Chambers, you're in first.
The Blue Ridge Mountains, would that be in France?
No, I'm sorry, that is not right. You're done. Mark.
I'm gonna say that Whitehorse is in Canada.
Being a Canadian, you should know that. Well done. And Chris Rahman.
Um, Black Forest. Oh,
5 seconds to answer.
Mm-mm.
You're done. Black Forest is in Germany. And Chris Chambers, the Blue Ridge Mountains are right here in the good old US of A,
Wow.
up in Virginia. And
Hmm.
Mark, of all people, scores a big singleton $50. Well done.
Yeah,
Good job, Mark.
thank you.
All right. Pick one of these fictional character threesomes and tell me which one doesn't belong in them. Take a look at the screen. Amy, Louisa, Peg, Donald Duck, Goofy, Bugs Bunny, Lothar, Penguin, Joker. Chris Rahman, you're in first.
the second one, I believe, is Bugs Bunny.
Yes, the rest are Disney characters. Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The bottom one, Penguin and Joker, I'm pretty sure are Batman villains, but Lothar, I don't recall being a Batman villain, so Lothar.
That is right. Yes, the rest are indeed Batman characters. All right, Chris Chambers, that leaves you with Amy, Louisa, Peg.
I'm gonna say Louisa.
Yes, the rest are Little Women characters, and everybody gets $10.
Wow.
All right, pick one of these well loved books about a fictional character and name me the author of each. Take a look at the screen. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Adventures of Don Quixote, The Picture of Dorian Gray.
Hmm.
There's no penalty for wrong answers, guys. Buzz in.
Mm.
Hmm.
None of you even want to attempt at this. I mean, there's no penalty for wrong answers, so
Hmm.
Mm.
all right. Well, you guys don't even want to try it, so uh the Hunchback of Notre Dame was written by Victor Hugo. The Adventures of Don Quixote was Miguel de Cervantes,
Oh.
and The Picture of Dorian Gray is Oscar Wilde.
Oh.
So no points there for that question, and we move on. Pick one of these Yiddish words and tell me true or false. Would you find them in a kosher delicatessen? Take a look at the screen.
Oh my God.
Knish, kibitz, matzo. Chris Rahman, you're in first.
First one for true.
True is correct on that one. Mark.
Uh, I'm gonna say true for Matzo.
You'd be right in that. And Chris Chambers, how about kibitz?
False.
Is right, and everybody gets $10. See how easy that was?
Oh.
All right. Now, pick one of these words that ends with meter and tell me yes or no. Is it actually a meter that measures something? Take a look at the screen. Taximeter, dosimeter, jet meter. Chris Chambers, you're in first.
I say dosimeter, yes.
It's radiation exposure. Yes. Chris Rahaman.
Second one for no.
Mm-mm.
Which one
You
did
already
you
picked that
pick?
one.
Yeah, dosimeter has been picked. So taximeter or jet meter is what you've got to choose from.
Oh, taximeter for yes.
That calculates taxi fare, yes. And Mark, how about jet meter?
Mark.
Mark.
I said no for jet meter.
Okay, it didn't come through, but you're incorrect. It's yes.
Oh.
That is water flow velocity.
Oh.
So Chris and Chris received $25. All right. Pick one group of these types of cards and tell me how many of these would you find in a standard deck of cards. Take a look at the screen, players. One-eyed jacks, one-eyed kings, one-eyed queens.
Come on. Dang.
And Mark, you're in first.
Okay. I think you'd find a one-eyed jack in a deck of cards.
Tell me how many you would find in a deck of cards. That's the question.
Oh, how many of them? Okay. 2.
That's correct. Chris Chambers.
I would say you would find 2 kings.
Nope. Sorry, that is incorrect. And in that scenario, John, since you wrote this, that is dead now, right? Since he made the guess at it?
Wait, the question is how many?
Yes.
No, that particular answer is not dead.
All right. So, Chris Rahaman, you can either answer that one or one-eyed queens now.
We'll try again with kings and at least 3.
Nope. That is still the incorrect answer. There's only one of those in the standard deck, and
Oh well.
one-eyed queens, there are none.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
So the Chris's are out, and Mark gets $50. Well done. All right. Each of these players are clues to a famous man who died at an early age. Pick one and give me the man's name. Take a look at the screen. 25, poet, Endymion. 31, composer, unfinished symphony. 35, opera, Così fan tutti.
Yep.
And Chris Chambers, you're in first.
It's number 31, Beethoven.
Nope, that is not Beethoven. I'm sorry. Mark, you're in next.
For the middle one, Schubert.
Is correct. Well done.
Wow.
And Chris Rahaman.
Let's see. Trying to figure out for the other 2. First one, and oh gosh.
Mm-mm.
Time.
Yes.
You're done. The one you were going for, Endymion, is actually Keats.
Oh.
And opera Così fan tutti was Mozart.
Oh.
And Mark again picks up a big $50 and a considerable lead in this game. Well done. All right, players, each of these are the first part of a phrase meaning to try and choose between 2 difficult situations. Pick one and give me the second part of the phrase. Take a look at the screen. Between the devil and, between Scylla and, between a rock and Mark, you're in first.
All right, bottom one between a rock and a hard place.
Correct. Chris Rahman, you're in next. I gotta put a
Mark.
name between you
Mark.
two.
Mark, goddamn you. I'll say between the devil and she devil.
No,
No.
that is not right. You're done. And Chris Chambers, you can try that one or between Skilla and.
Gosh, my answer. Um, between the devil and the angel.
No, not a bad guess,
bad-
but that is between the devil and the deep blue sea.
Yeah.
And
I
the
see
other
why that
one was a bit of a hard one between Scylla and Calibus.
That
And for the third time in a row, Mark scores $50. And we go to another question here. Each of these films I'm about to show you on the screen won the Oscar for Best Picture. Pick one and name me the actress who played the title part. Take a look at the screen. Annie Hall, All About Eve, Gigi. Chris Chambers is in.
Mm,
Neither one of you are going to try it. All right, that is fine. So, Chris, this is all on your own. If you give me any of those, you'll score $50.
All About Eve, Marilyn Monroe.
Nope, that was not one of Marilyn's movies. That was Ann Baxter. So that one goes dead now, and you don't score anything for that one. If you two had buzzed in, Annie Hall was the famous Diane Keaton, and Gigi was Leslie Caron.
oh.
Oh.
All right. Each of these are definitions for a word that has two repeating words or syllables. Pick one and give me the name. Take a look at the screen. A ballet skirt, an American fly, a small headed drum. And Mark, you're in first.
Okay, ballet skirt. I believe that would be a tutu.
Correct. Chris Rahman.
Okay. African fly. I'm gonna say
Mm-mm.
but dang it.
And Chris Chambers.
It's a small hair drum like bass drum.
Nope. Not what I'm looking for there. That is known as a tom tom.
Tom.
Yeah, repeating words or syllables is what I was looking for there in the answer. And African fly is a tsetse. TSE. That's the repeating in
Okay.
that one. And Mark, again, surprising all of us, gets $50.
Wow.
And players, that is the end of round number 1. Mark, you've got $270. Chris, you two are tied. We're going to go to our first commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk with each of our players and move on into round 2. You guys don't want to move from your seats. This is going to be a good one, I got a feeling. Come back and be with us on Split Second. Don't go away. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a very good game going on here between our three players. And let's find out just a little more about them now. Chris Rahman, you're a student
Hello.
from Florida.
Mhm.
Well, tell us what you're majoring in while you're down there.
Multimedia, more or less.
So you want to go into like producing or directing or
Working behind the cameras, to be specific.
okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck with that. How much more time have you got with that?
Well, I'm currently kind of on well, maybe a couple more years, I think. I'm not totally certain because I'm still looking for jobs at the moment. On top of that,
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck in your job hunting efforts. And let's talk now to Mark Leota from Canada, where this show originally was shot. Mark,
Hi.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I turned 35 about a month and a half ago. And of course, I recently had a nice vacation in Italy with my family.
nice.
Okay. Well, as of the taping of this episode, today happens to be my 35th birthday, so
Which, by the way, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
thank
Yes,
you,
happy
guys.
birthday to our host.
Yes.
Thank you all. And good luck to you, Mark, here on the show. And
Thank you.
Chris Chambers, you definitely sound like a Southern boy. Tell us about you.
Well, I'm from Arkansas, and I work in a retail store.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
What kind of retail work do you do?
Cashier at Walmart.
Okay. Not a bad job. I used to work at Walmart at one time.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I worked back in sporting goods the first time I worked there, and then I was a like front end cashier the second time.
Oh,
So, anyways, we wish you the best of luck here, and players, let's begin round number 2. Okay, everything is the same as before, but we've doubled the stakes. So if all of you come up with an answer, it's now 20. If 2 of you come up with an answer, it's now 50. And if one person alone comes up with an answer, it's now $100. Not only are you playing for money, but you're playing for that jot position in the countdown round. I'll explain that when we get there. So if you're ready, let's begin the second round. Each of these people are associated with a famous fictional bunny or rabbit. Pick one and name me the rabbit. Take a look at the screen. Flopsy and Mopsy, Jimmy Stewart, Uncle Remus. Alright, Chris Rahman, you're in first.
The first one, I think that's Peter Rabbit, isn't it?
Judges,
What was it again?
he said
Flopsy.
Flopsy and Mopsy is Peter Rabbit.
To be honest with you, no, we can't accept that.
No, I'm sorry, Chris. You're done there, and Mark, you're in next.
Okay, Uncle Remus, that would be Brer Rabbit from Song of the South.
Correct. And Chris Chambers.
Oh, the title.
oh boy. Jimmy Stewart, Bugs Bunny?
No, he does not have anything to do with Bugs Bunny. I'm sorry. Jimmy Stewart has Harvey the Rabbit.
Oh.
And
then for the first one, I think that's Peter Cottontail.
Cottontail, yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
Chris.
Peter Cottontail, gosh.
Chef,
Yeah,
And
Chris, Peter Rabbit's like the computer game rabbit.
Yep. So Mark picks up a
Failed B11.
$100 singleton.
Wow.
Wow. All right. Each of these are the first lines of a big 70s hit by a male singer. Pick one and name me the song. Take a look at the screen. Almost Heaven, West Virginia. The problem is all inside your head. Looks like it's over. You knew I couldn't say. Come on, you three. At least take a shot at these. Buzz in. Come on.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All right. Well, Almost Heaven, West Virginia is Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver.
Yeah.
The problem is all inside your head is 50 ways to leave your lover. John, you're going to have to help me on that one because I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, that's Paul Simon.
Okay.
Slip
And
out the
then
back, Jack.
looks
Exactly.
like it's
Signal, please.
over. You knew I couldn't say side eyes. Who's that by?
Oh, no, I can't. Right now, I
Robert
can't.
John.
Who?
Robert John. A
Okay.
couple of hits in the 70s and early 80s.
Oh, there you
Alrighty.
go.
His big one, number one hit.
All right. Well, that one goes away now. We go to another question. Pick one of these autobiographical books and tell me true or false. Is it about a male star? Take a look at the screen. The moon is a balloon. My wicked, wicked ways. One more time. Chris Chambers, you're in first.
The moon is the balloon. True?
By David Niven. Yes, it is. Chris Rahaman.
One more time for true.
That's actually false. That is
Oh.
about
Oh,
Carol
really?
Burnett.
Shoot.
And how about My Wicked, Wicked Ways, Mark?
I've never heard of that, but I'm gonna guess true.
About Errol Flynn. Correct.
Ah,
And so Mark and Chris Chambers get $50. All right. This ought to be up your all's alley a little more. Each of these were athletes who made their name during the Roaring Twenties. Pick one and name me the type of sport. Take a look at the screen. Bobby Jones, Red Grange, Ty Cobb. Mark.
I roll with Ty Cobb. That would be baseball.
It is indeed baseball. Chris
Gee,
Chambers.
Mike, you take my answer again.
Sorry, not sorry.
I say Bobby Jones. Hope it's football.
Nope, I'm sorry. It is not football. Chris Rahaman, you can try that one, or you can try Red Grange.
Okay. Red, green, baseball.
Nope, sorry. That one is actually the football one.
Oh,
Jones
And-
was golf.
Bobby Jones, yes, is golf. And Mark once again gets a singleton, $100. All right. Each of these strange phrases are the anagram names of a type of hat. Pick one and name me the type of hat. Take a look at the screen. Hoot by caw, ohm grub, elders taker. Come on, you two. Buzz in. At least take a stab at these. They're anagrams. I mean, come on.
Mm,
All right, fine. Chris Chambers, this is yours alone. Pick one and answer it right, and you get $100.
I say hoot by call by a top hat.
Nope, that is not a top hat. That is a cowboy hat.
Oh,
I don't know how
cowboy
you
hat.
got top hat out of that, but
Yeah, top hat. That wasn't enough letters.
yeah. And Grub is actually a Homburg. Elder's Taker is a deer stalker.
Deer stalker.
Yeah. Johnny, if you will, real quickly explain those two hats to them.
Well, but Hamburg is it's kind of like a dip in the middle, and it kind of looks like it's two valleys on top. I'll try to show a picture. And a deer stalker is the type of hat that Sherlock Holmes used to wear, and some
That would,
he's
that would probably explain either hole in the middle.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's try another one here. Each of these are the main food and a person that gave their name to something made from it. Pick one and give me the last name. Take a look at the screen. Beef, Russian Count. Crackers, English Minister. Oysters, American Millionaire.
mm,
All right. You guys aren't even going to try these.
I got an idea of two of them.
All right. Well, we will clear the buzz and we will run over these. Beef, Russian Count is actually stroganoff.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Oy.
Why didn't you buzz in then?
Oh.
Crackers, English Minister is actually over here in the United States, and it's Graham. You see the connection now with these? Graham
Yeah.
crackers, beef stroganoff, and oysters, American Millionaire. That one in particular is Rockefeller.
Oh.
Okay.
Beef and oysters, I knew both of them, two of them. But Graham, I had no clue.
Yep.
Beef Stroganoff, Graham, and Rockefeller. Gentlemen, you disappoint.
All right, let's move on.
Well,
Each of these countries has two official languages, with English being one of them. Pick one and give me the second official language. Take a look at the screen. Sudan, Canada, India. All right. Chris Rahaman, you're in first.
Canada for French.
Yes.
God damn it, Robin!
And
Thank you, baby Canada.
Mark, you're in next.
For once, I don't get to pick the answer I wanted.
That's the way this game works, so pick something quick.
Yeah, I know. Okay, India. Indian. I don't know.
Nope, it is not Indian. Alright, Chris Chambers.
Is Indian French? I don't know.
No. India, Hindu
Oh,
is the
Hindu.
other one.
Hindu, yes.
And for the Sudan, Arabic is the answer I needed there. And Chris Rahaman finally scores $100 and is closing in on second place. Let's move on. All right. Each of these are the last names of famous male psychiatrists.
Oh.
Pick one and give me their first name. Take a look at the screen. Jung, Adler, Freud. All right. Chris Chambers, you're in first.
Sigmund Freud.
Correct.
Uh,
Chris. Mark. Sorry.
Carl Jung.
Correct. And Rahaman, how about Adler?
Adler.
What is his first name? You're done. Alfred was his name.
Oh, Alfred. Okay, that makes sense.
And Mark and Chris receive $50. All right. Pick one of these movies from the past that has the word Bell in the title and name me the male character who starred in them. Take a look at the screen. For Whom the Bell Tolls, The Bells of St. Mary, Bell, Book, and Candle. All right. Chris Chambers, you're the only one. So, which one of those do you want to answer?
I guess From Whom the Bell Tolls, Dennis Hoffman.
Nope, he's not the actor. Sorry. That is Gary Cooper that was in that. The Bells of St. Mary is Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
And Bell, Book, and Candle is James Stewart.
Oh.
So no points on that question. Each of these describe occupations that ends in the word or ends with the suffix ist. Pick one and give me the name of the occupation. Take a look at the screen. Foot doctor, animal stuffer, handwriting expert.
Hmm.
Just in time. All right. Mark, you're in first.
Alright. Foot doctor would be a podiatrist, I believe.
Correct. And Chris
What?
Chambers.
You did it again. Oh boy.
Hurry.
No clue. I'll take my answer.
All right.
Well, I thought when you and Robin were taking my answers on a couple of them.
Well, an animal stuffer is a taxidermist.
Oh, a taxidermist.
And a handwriting expert is actually a graphologist.
Oh, graphologist.
So Mark gets a singleton. And with that, players, that is the end of round number 2. Let's take a look at our scores. Mark is way out in front at 670. Chris and Chris are tied at 145. When we come back, we're going to see about the countdown round. And we'll do that right after this. Don't you guys go away. ladies and gentlemen, we are back now. My producers actually called something to my attention that needed to be fixed with our scores. Chris in round 2 actually did give a correct answer, so we have credited him with the $50 that he was owed, and now he is officially in second place. And with the countdown round players, this will determine who goes for the car. The questions are just as before, but with a twist. Now, when you buzz in, you give me 1, 2, or all 3 answers to the question. If you buzz in and give me a correct answer, you count down 1 number. The first person to 0 wins. How many numbers to start with? That is determined where you stood after the second round. And because of the discrepancy in the scores that have been adjusted, they are as follows. Mark, you had 670, so you count down from 4. Chris Rahaman, you are at 195 with your corrected score, so you count down from 5. And Chris Chambers, you count down from 6 because you had 145.
Okay.
So, if you 3 are ready, let's
Yes.
begin the countdown round. All right. Now, players, this is an audio clue.
Papa said to Mama as he passed around the black-eyed peas, well, Billy Joe never had a lick of sense. Pass the biscuits, please. There's 5 more acres in the lower 40 I got to plow. And Mama said it was a shame about Billy Joe anyhow. Seems like nothing ever comes to no good up on Choctaw Ridge.
Who jumped off the bridge? Name of the song. Name of the singer. So, with all of that in mind, make your buzz ins now and take guesses. Come on. There's no penalty for wrong answers, people. All right. So none of you are even going to try.
Oh.
Okay. Well, the one who jumped off the bridge was Billy Joe McAllister. The name of the song is actually Ode to Billy Joe. And the name of the singer is the late great Bobby Gentry. So we're done with that one. Nobody counts down. We're going to go to another question. And here it is. Pick one and tell me the word or words that come after these that would give you the title of a Stephen Sondheim musical. Take a look at the screen. Sunday in the Park, Sweeney, A Little. Alright, Mark, you're in first.
Okay. Sweeney Todd in the middle.
That is correct. Continue.
Bottom one, a little like magic.
No, sorry, that is incorrect. Chris Chambers, you're in next. You can try that one or Sunday in the Park.
A little bit of loving.
Nope, sorry.
Not a bad.
And now Chris Rahaman.
The only answer that came to mind for the bottom right was a little boy, but that could be wrong too.
It is.
Nice.
A Little Night Music was the
Wait,
answer there. And Sunday in the Park with George is the top one. Now we go to another one. Mark, you're at 3, and Chris, you're at 5 and 6 still. Here's the next one. If newspapers were around during the time of these events I'm about to put on the screen, these would be the major headlines. Pick one and name me the country it happened in. Take a look at the screen. Ferdinand and Isabella defeated Moors. William I crowned. Rasputin murdered. Alright, Mark, you're in first. Answer all of these and you win the game.
Ferdinand and Isabella defeated Moors, Spain.
Correct. Continue.
William I crowned, England.
Correct. Give me Rasputin murdered and you win the game.
Rasputin murdered Russia?
You are correct, and Mark, you win the game.
Good job, Mark.
Well done. I am impressed. Mark, hang out right there. We got to talk to your opponents first. Chris and Chris, you guys were at least able to amass some money during this. Chris Rahaman, you leave with $195 and our thanks for being here. Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I did. And I'm just gonna put a note for Mark. Watch out for Elsie. I think he's in the parking lot. Bye.
All right. And Chris Chambers, you got $145 for your efforts today. Did you have fun?
Yes, I did. Thanks for having me.
Well, you're welcome. Come back anytime. You guys study up some more. But Mark, come on over here and stand beside me, and we're going to see here in just a minute if you can win that Audi R8. And we'll be right back to do that after this break. Don't you go away, folks. Welcome back, everybody, to Split Second. We have a brand new champion here in Mark Leota. And Mark, what do you think of all this? Do you think you've got what it takes to find that car tonight?
Way the main game went for me. You never know what'll happen around here.
All right.
But I'm
Well,
hoping I can get that car, so let's do it.
all right. Well, here's how this works. You'll choose from the 5 windows that you see on the screen there. 3 of them have the word car. The other 2 have the word vacation. If you find the word vacation before you find all 3 of the car windows, you'll win this fabulous trip. Jason, tell him about it.
It's a trip to Las Vegas. You and a guest will spend 7 nights in a Wynn panoramic room at the Wynn Las Vegas. Words, English. Private sedan transportation is included with this trip, along with an evening helicopter flight and a tour of the Hoover Dam with lunch. This trip is worth $7,195.
Thank you, Jason. Mark, does that trip sound good to you?
Oh, that sounds good. And I've actually been to Vegas before, so
Well, this will be just like old times then for you. All right. Well, you know what to do here. You've got 5 windows to pick from. Like I said, 3 of them have the word car behind them. But if you should find the word vacation first, before you pick all 3 car words, that trip to Vegas is yours. So hope that you find car along the way. Get to picking.
Number 2, please.
Starting off with number 2. All right. Behind number 2, we're hoping to see a car. Is it? Flip it around. It is indeed. That is 1. Find the other 2, Mark.
3.
Going next door to number 3. Is that a car word? Flip it. It is, Mark. You've got 2 out of the 3 picked. It all comes down to this. Is he going to win a car, or is he going to win that Las Vegas trip? Mark, make your final pick.
Okay. Judging from where 2 of them are, it's possible the other one could be right at the top. I don't know. 4.
All right. He wants number 4. If this has the word car behind it, Mark, I got to tell you now, that is easily a $140,000 plus car. Does window number 4 have the word car behind it? Let's see it. Show us.
Please.
No, Mark, it's vacation. I'm sorry. But that is a nice trip that you have. Let's show the audience where, in fact, you should have went with the other 2. Car was actually behind number 5.
Oh.
And vacation was also behind number 1.
Okay. Well, Vegas is still a good prize.
It is now. Here is your dilemma. You have that trip to Vegas worth over $7,900. You can take that, jet off to Vegas for 7 nights, and be fine with it and retire from this game, or you can give that up. It would come off the table completely, and you would come back for your second game with just your main game winnings to try to go for the car once again. And you would also be giving up $1,000 too. So, what do you want to do here? Do you want to take the trip and $1,000? Or do you want to come back for your second game and another chance at the car with just your $600 from the main game?
Okay, so this would effectively be over 8,000 plus my main game winnings if I leave now, correct?
Yes.
All right, well, in that case, I've got 3 words to say to you, Justin. Viva Las Vegas!
He's retiring from the game with the Vegas trip. All right. Well, players and folks, you heard it here. Mark is done, and we will total up his winnings and everything and put him on the leaderboard. But for now, we've run out of time. Thank you all for being so patient with me with the absence of the show. Hopefully, you are still around to enjoy it with us. And we'll see you next time when 3 more people try their luck at this game. And who will it be? You're going to have to come back next week to find out right here on Split Second. Good night, everybody. Split Second is a Rocky Top Studios production in association with MVG Productions.